Join us now for an insight with Carl Summer.
Bullying is a serious problem for children. In writing King of the Pond, I wanted to show the effects of bullying and how being friendly and kind leads to a much happier life. Tombo constantly boasted, "I'm king of the pond." Because he considered himself king of the pond, he took advantage of his size and teased and bullied all the other tadpoles. Tombo chased other tadpoles away when there was food. Why? His reasoning was, "I'm the biggest, so I'm eating first." When Tombo got older, he became even meaner. He even nipped their tails. When they yelled, "Ouch!" he'd laugh. As long as he had fun, he didn't respect or care about anyone else. Through my experience as a New York City school teacher, and while collecting information for my first book, Schools in Crisis, Training for Success or Failure, I've seen bullying firsthand and its destructive effects on children. I've witnessed frightened children and the friction that occurs in schools and homes because teachers and parents take a permissive approach to bullying. It is critical to take immediate corrective action when bullying occurs. Where there is fair, firm, and loving discipline, you'll discover happy and contented children. We have 19 grandchildren, and my wife and I get many opportunities to watch them. You'll notice that children demand justice. If my grandson Zachary acts as a bully and grabs a toy from his brother Nathan, Nathan will yell, "That's my toy." Nathan is right to object. If I act as a loving grandpa, I'll make sure that each grandchild respects the rights of others. I'll tell Zachary, "No, you can't have that toy from Nathan." And if Zachary does it again, I will punish him and put him in timeout. Zachary will learn that in Grandpa's house, bullying will not be tolerated. If I don't intervene and demand justice, then the rule of the jungle will prevail. The weak will be exploited by the strong. What's the solution for bullying? Strong, decisive leadership that encourages respect for others. When Tombo showed off his great athletic ability, it caused him to be captured by Alex. For the first time in Tombo's life, he had to face not getting his own way. Then Alex put him into a fish tank and fed him fish food. But Tombo hated the food. He demanded his regular food, but his complaint fell on deaf ears. Then Tombo ate as little as possible. But because he ate as little as possible, he didn't grow like the other tadpoles. That leads to another very important lesson for your children, that they should learn to eat right. There are consequences when they don't eat right. I'm amazed at how some parents let their children decide their diet. I made it a rule when my children were young that they had to eat their meat and vegetables before they could get dessert. I never yelled at my children for not eating, and I never forced them to eat. One of the reasons is that when I grew up, I repeatedly heard my father yell, "Eat, that you become something." And that happened when I was young. I was a skinny kid, but I was strong. As a kid, I could climb up a straight telephone pole and touch the light. But one thing I was grateful for at my home, we always ate healthy meals. When I was 16 years old, I began to lift weights. And then on my own, I became interested in taking care of my body. By 19 years of age, I could military press 15 pounds over my body weight. That's doing this slowly. I had my 5 children do exercises when we lived in New York City. We did jumping jacks, sit-ups, push-ups, and chin-ups on a bar. And the bar hung between the 2 doorposts. We sometimes go on hikes. One of our hikes was the walk from Ridgewood, Queens, over the Williamsburg Bridge to Manhattan, a distance of about 4 miles. Then we'd take the subway ride home. We also play handball, go ice skating, sledding, swimming, and just had fun times together. I wanted my children to be active. To this day, I still do my exercise. I walk on a treadmill 5 times a week for 20 minutes. I also do exercise in a home gym 3 times a week. I do push-ups and leg raises for those 3 times. And twice a week I do dips at my corner sink, and I do chin-ups. I'm 77 years old and I can still do 40 chin-ups at one time. I've witnessed no significant sign of aging. I'm a strong believer in eating right to maintain one's health. So eat whole grain foods and lots of fruit and vegetables. More than ever, this message needs to get across to children the importance of eating right and taking care of one's body. You, as teachers and parents, are the key to help your children develop healthy lifestyles. When Tombo was put back into the pond, he got the shock of his life. No longer was he the biggest and the fastest. Now he was the slowest and the smallest and the weakest frog. He felt ashamed for the way he treated his friends and realizes the value of good sportsmanship. Tombo, at long last, was put into a position of having to say, "I'm sorry for the things that I did to you." Those are some of the most difficult words to say. This is also true for parents. How many marital problems and arguments would be avoided if we would quickly admit when we're wrong and say, "I'm sorry"? Or the frog said, "We forgive you." Think of all the problems that would be resolved if we would be always ready to forgive others when others say they are sorry. But some will hold on grudges for a lifetime. The only ones they are hurting on themselves. Tombo dove into the water to swim away, but the kind frogs called him back and invited him to play. Tombo finally discovered having friends and treating them right is much more fun than being king of the pond. This book contains lessons about sportsmanship and bullying, the value of eating right and forgiveness, but also offers a terrific opportunity for you to share with your kids the beauty of our amazing world. Take time together as a family or class to chart the life cycle of a frog by using the coloring sheets available on kids' activity pages on our website. Or go to the pond to catch a tadpole or purchase one and track its growth with your own eyes. We truly live in an amazing world.